inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that are fair, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you proceed. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
Welcome back to Original GM. I am Hoopahu, once again joined with Chikala and Wachi, and we're going to get back at it. Everyone is at the Sith for the most part. Zira's still gone. She had her shadow session last week, I think it was. It was 2 weeks ago, I can't remember.
It'll be a couple weeks. For
Yeah. Lily, you are sitting at the bar with Myra and Eris.
Mm-hmm.
And Velia and Ray, they're sitting up at the top table up at the top there with Tatalda and Mao. You had just kind of overheard a conversation with your mother and Vay and all of that. Vay
Found
left.
out that we are actually full siblings, that she is his mom,
Yes.
which is crazy.
Was what Vay said. She didn't respond to it,
She didn't.
but yeah. You found that out. Rabbit's off trying to gather some information about the bandits in the city of Beacon that's underwater and all the stuff that's going on with that. Right now, two bars get up on stage. The Drow, that was the two bars that were talking to you guys, or talking to you, Eras, Forgin and Trill.
Mm-hmm.
They get up and they start playing some music, and the ambience of the room is kind of lulled into conversations at different tables. In other words, people aren't really like looking out, and they're all kind of all talking. It's kind of started to, I wouldn't say settle down. There's eruptions of laughter and drinking and different things like that, but the place kind of has died down from the public display of what was happening in the room with Eris's band and all that stuff to more of a personal thing at each of the tables. And so Lily, we're going to start with you and Myra sitting there with Eris. You guys are sitting at the bar, and also Velia and Ray.
Ray's gonna look at Velia and be like, I need to do some searching. And be like, we've talked about it a little bit, but
What do you have in mind?
well, she said, what'd you have in mind? I have a bunch of black root. And I have some questions I need answered. Yeah.
Mm.
Mal's sitting right there, right?
Yeah.
She'll look at him.
Tatalda and Mal are at the table.
She'll look at Mal and be like, "Do you recommend blackroot infused wolfsbane or just straight blackroot, or something like that?"
I would say that the purer the better. The root itself, when chewed, is much different than when it is ground up and dried a little bit and added with the other things like wolfsbane. Yes. Still works, but it's a bit different.
My only experience with it was as liquid. It was made into some type of liquid.
Yeah.
But I would have no idea, you know.
Yes, that would probably have been a really potent version of it. Yes.
Yeah, I would have no idea how to replicate it though.
Simply chewing on it works. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that your people have a way to do it that is more traditional. But simply chewing on the root works. For me, anyway. I've acquired a taste for it. Some say you either like it or you don't. As far as the taste goes. Outside the game, it tastes like black licorice. It's
Ew.
yeah, like that, you know.
Ew.
Yeah,
Billy will tell you it tastes foul
Does it?
to me.
Well, I've eaten it before. I've taken it before, but it wasn't. Like, it was all kind of centered around my training.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't.
This
Like-
is a different purpose.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So,
are you thinking about taking the chariot up to the gods? Is that what?
yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you need chaperones for such things, but I would not be the one that would be sober if I was to go with you. But maybe that would be better. I do know an island
Oh, yeah?
that's safe that we could go to.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
Down south.
Mm-hmm.
To the south. If you're interested.
I like it. What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay. And he looks over to Talden. She kind of smiles a little bit and she goes, be safe. Mal will get up.
Look it up
All right.
and leave.
And you guys leave?
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to set you guys at that point, the two of you, into the next shadow session that comes up. Unless something strange happens, well, you know. So we're going to leave it there for now.
Cool.
Come back into the bar. Shadow session with Ray and Velia
Mm-hmm.
and Mal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back in the bar. Gordon will telepathy Lily and say, they had that. He had that damn rod thing. It's here. Most of the stuff. There's a lot of the stuff that's just very powerful and unique in their equipment. Alexandria and Alex came and took the scepter. And they said something about doing tests on it or something like that.
Yeah, they're trying to gather information so I suffer as little side effects as possible from this point.
I think that's a good idea.
Isn't that though? So what came of the brothers? Like what?
They're quite irate. I haven't talked to them a whole lot. I figured I'd go through the equipment first. The young brother, according to Alexandria, she feels like, according to divinations, it's safer to keep them all locked up. So she kind of put them together in the same room. I think she's doing that to gain information because they're going to talk.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's going on presently. Yeah. That's what's happening.
What did you tell them they were being arrested for?
That there are no charges being brought against them currently because national security. They could be here forever is what I told them. We don't know. That I'm not sure what's going on, but that we will let them know they'll be treated, humanely and those sort of things.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I feel so weird about all of it.
It's a bit strange. Zira said something about it as well. I guess she was talking to Alexandria. She's at the temple with the sisters who've been captured.
What?
Yes.
I was wondering where the hell she was at.
You should talk to her. Find out. It's kind of crazy.
Okay.
There's some cool things going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Rabbit will telepathy to you
Oh goodness.
about that moment. Hey,
Hey.
so the city of Beacon is mostly underwater except for the plateau and a few other buildings, the taller buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that the bandits have taken up camp at the top, up by the castle and Bear's Place and your old apartment and all that. The nest and all that area up there. It seems like they have camped out there. And it seems like to me, from what I've been able to tell, that they are all over the city, not just at the top of that peak. So in other words, I think they've gone underwater. I think they've been doing some treasure hunting. And I know Jamal and some others have a lot of stuff down there.
I'm just fixing to say, have you let him know any of this yet?
Yeah, he's aware.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what they're doing. There's a lot of them.
What's a lot?
Over 600 up at the top.
Fuck. Damn.
Yeah.
I bet they're loving this.
Probably. I don't, like I said, I don't know. I know I was supposed to find out what's going on, whether you think they're, I think they are taking control of the city.
Yeah.
I do think them saying they're holding for the heroes of the North has something to do with the trap. That would be my gut instinct, I would say, for sure.
For sure. It's always a fucking trap.
Mm-hmm. So.
Especially with bandits.
Bandits are bandits, yeah. I wouldn't
I
trust
can't
him.
hear that. I'm sorry.
Bandits are bandits. I wouldn't trust him. That's what he says to you. What are you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to remember who it was that was telling me about that to begin with. Was it Eris?
Mm-hmm. It was Ayers. I walked up to you and so it was like, so what about them bandits? That was what she said when she walked up and
Right.
sat
She's
down.
sitting next to you.
Yeah,
Eris is
so-
sitting next to you.
So she'll turn to her. Rabbit just got back to me about those bandits.
Oh yeah?
They're completely taking over the city.
Hmm.
He says that there's probably 600 or more just at the old keep, the nest, my apartment, that kind of thing. He also said that he thinks they probably have gone under looking for treasure,
Mm.
which
Yeah.
Right? I know Jamal has a vested interest.
Well, if we wanted to spend our time to go do that, I'm sure between the two of us we could charm every single one of them. She's dead serious when she says it to you too. If you wanted to. But yeah, it's probably a trap.
Oh, for sure. It's a trial. There's way more than 600.
Who's the leader? I wonder.
Be a whole thing.
I wonder who their leader is. Because we killed that other guy. Right.
Somebody's always gonna.
Yeah. Wonder who it is.
Didn't slow him down.
No.
And it's definitely a trial. They're definitely lying in wait. Yeah, and then like, do we really, I mean, other than like the valuables that they might eventually uncover, do we really want to split our energies between here and there?
Right.
You know? I don't know. Being here is basically impenetrable.
Right.
It's such a different deal.
This place is so cool, should I say. It is.
It is.
It is. It's crazy.
It is.
Look,
You did an
look up and
excellent
see the
job.
painting.
Yeah.
You're sitting there. They just hung it up there. Behind the bar.
Oh, look at it. Is there a maker's mark anywhere? Like a signature or anything like that where I can see it?
Roll observation. Do you know anything?
5 under 12.
Do you know anything about art?
I'm a bard.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. You see a mark,
Yeah.
bottom right of the painting, kind of mixed in a little bit.
Can I tell who painted it from it? Do I? I don't know.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of vague.
It says Unis.
Unis?
Yeah.
Does she know who that is? I know who that is. Does she know who that is? She met him at the
Yes, she
the
does know.
Verve.
She does know that.
Nice.
Yeah,
High
that.
Priest Unis.
Yeah,
The Temple of Larkin.
the High Priest of the Temple of Larkin is named Unis, so maybe he painted it. That would be crazy.
That is crazy.
Uh,
Can I have Zira telepathy Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah?
of course.
She would be like, hey, you. Where are you at? I'm at the temple.
I sure do miss you.
Guess what I did? Or guess what me and some others did?
What'd you do?
We captured the sisters.
Do tell.
They're in a prison cell. And they have sworn their loyalty to me and want to serve me.
Trickery.
I've got one of them charmed.
It's all trickery.
I don't know. I don't know if it is. Kind of interesting. But there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What's up?
So, know that when I say this, I'm saying this because I love you. Let's just say first. I was talking with Alexandria about your artifacts, your crown, your all of that stuff, right? So those artifacts originally came from, so there's 4, right? The crown, the rod, the scepter, and the orb. Those originally came from 3 artifacts that were remade by, what's his name? King Ironfire? Is that right? King Ironfire?
Yeah, Forge.
King Forge, that's what it was, King Forge Ironfire. And he remade them and split the magic into 4 artifacts. Specifically made for dwarves. And I'm just worried that there's something wrong with them. And I don't want you to get hurt. Things happen when you split artifacts like that. And you do things of that nature. And you've already kind of...
This coming from Zero.
Yeah.
Wearing a fucking undead hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She's like, I just don't want you to get hurt. If you can get them checked out by the temple, you know what I mean? I don't want there to be anything that happens to you later on because you didn't
Check them out.
check them out and fully look into it.
Well, Alex and Alexandria are supposed to be looking into it, but yeah, you're probably right. I should probably go to the temple.
Okay.
You also had other information on the dwarves.
Oh, and then the dwarves. Thank you. The dwarves. I learned that Empress Isabella down in the south, the dwarven Empress of the Den and that area down there, has connections with the lower planes and Mammon. And she's the only ruler that's really down there right now. Because these guys are locked up. So that's a concern.
So it sounds like me and you and Gordon need to communicate about her. Because Gordon's the one that's holding them.
My God, and you'll never fucking guess what I found out. The chaplain. Do you remember the chaplain?
Yeah.
He is working for the sister's father in a temple of Mammon in the Orcish, whatever you want to call it, up north. The chaplain.
You know where he's at?
Roughly. It's a long pause.
So, I gotta tell you, Zira, these artifacts have been nothing but a pain in my ass since I've laid eyes on them. They have.
She laughs.
Like, I can't hug anybody. Without magic, I am 8 feet tall. And now the door, and this whole thing with the doors, like all of it, it's just crazy.
Well, maybe by talking to the temple, maybe there's some other way you can get the abilities that you want out of those artifacts. There's another way, possibly.
Right. Without all that.
Because I understand you don't want to give them up because of whatever reason, but your well-being is the most important thing in that, so.
It is. It is, you're right. Thank you. So what are you doing now? It's okay. You don't have to tell me. Whatever.
I love you.
I miss you.
So I guess what she's like thinking to herself, she's like, guess what I'm doing could be considered a good act. You know what I mean? It's like what she's thinking. She's like, but it's really not. Not that she's reading.
Behind you in the room that you're in, you hear.
She's gonna have a problem with that now.
Zombie kind of moans a little bit.
I'm gonna level that temple. And I don't want to get anybody else involved. That's what I'm doing. I got it.
I know you're not by yourself, so.
No. I've got Havoc, 4 zombies, and a bunch of Darkened Guard with me.
You don't know what that is, Lily. When she says that to you, you don't know what that is.
Darkened Guard.
Mm-hmm. Sect of Urbidine Rangers.
So like Gordon.
Kinda.
A Dark Ranger.
Kinda. She really doesn't know a whole lot about
No,
it, right?
she
So
doesn't.
yeah,
She
she's like,
doesn't.
yeah, pretty much. They're fucking cool, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We took down the sisters in like 10 minutes.
Really?
Without incident. Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. These guys are great. Yeah.
That's really freaking cool.
It is.
I'm glad all of that's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave me a lot of information, Chaplain, and about Empress Isabella and all of that. I'm making sure I told her everything I wanted to tell her.
Probably should let her know about this.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
The 2 bards stop playing, and people clap. They leave the stage and go and sit back down at the table where they were. At that table, Falcon and Jeffrey are over there. And they go and sit at that table and start talking to them. So the stage is empty. As soon as the stage is empty, you hear music start to come from the walls. Kind of, just relaxing type music.
Like what happened in heaven?
Yeah, but not, nothing happens to you or anything, but it just, that's what happens.
No, I meant in the tavern. When it was coming from nowhere.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Did
tell
you say?
I wanted to tell Zara to please stay in touch with me. Like
Okay.
when you can. Like
I will. If I'm in the temple, I probably won't be able to let you out. But
of course.
I'll let you know.
But
Or
let
maybe-
me know when you get back before you leave and when you get back.
Myra, she seems to be catching a pretty good buzz off of this wine. And Rila introduces herself to Myra. They talk a little bit as you're sitting there talking to Eris. Rila and David.
Gotcha.
And, captain of your vessel. Cecilia's right there too, the bartender, and she's just kind of leaning against the bar next to you guys.
I smile at her.
She smiles at you real big.
Ladies, I need to go to the temple.
Cecilia says to you as you're sitting there, she just kind of said she was kind of crazy going from a captain to a bartender. She looks at you and smiles. She's like, if you get another ship and you need my help, please let me know. I'm still ready to do whatever. I don't even know why I'm here. It's weird.
How did you end up here?
They asked me, and I just felt like helping him. He's a nice guy.
There's with telepathy, Lily. We got another ship.
Yeah. Let's give her something to do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Rila's
Well-
like talking to Myra as this is going on, and she says, Rita says to Myra, she goes, "You should stop by sometime. I'm sure Miss Morsi would love to make connections." And she's like, "Okay." She goes, "You're the one that used to work at the front gate, right?" And she's like, "Yeah." She goes, "So," and she starts speaking thieves can at that point, and she says, "You still allow some stuff to go through for her, as we recall, and she wants to pay respects to you for helping us at that time. We never really appreciated you enough, and Miss Morsi would like to make sure that you're aware of that. And you of course too, Lily." She looks at you and smiles. She goes, "Miss Morsi just requested that I let her know that when I saw her again." And Myra's like, "Yeah, kind of remember some of that stuff. I was really kind of drunk and preoccupied during those days." And Rila's like, "Of course, dear. It's all good. To each his own." She goes, and then Myra's like, "Yeah." And she kind of turns to you and she goes, "I think she thinks I'm a drunk."
You're a little drunk.
But being drunk and being a drunk are two different things. I can't help that the wine was that good.
It was that good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Taffy, she says really loud. She's like, "Come here."
Hers is like getting ready to get up and walk away if she's about
Tuffy walks up to her and she looks at him, he looks at her and nods and he touches her and she's like, "Thank you." She pours another glass.
Hey.
She goes, "I'm fine. I needed to neutralize."
Goodness.
Now we're back to the beginning, right? And he's like, "Yes, enjoy yourself."
Dude.
He looks at Lily and smiles and nods. And he says to you in your head, he's like, "I could cure disease if you want me to. I probably should have when I did
God,
that."
please, please. The next time she asks you, do that instead.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
Thank you.
Or I'll do them both. You know.
Fuck. I thought we had that handled.
Honestly, I think it's a thing that just will be progressive. Do you understand? Like, I think she likes it, and now that she has the handicap of knowing that she can stop that at any time, I don't really see a problem with it unless it starts to cause you guys problems. Let me know. I'll help you. I'm here. I'm here to help. Nira and, of course, and remember, Nira was born of Ariax.
Thank you. Thank you, too.
Yes, of course. He sat down over there, and she just kind of smiles at you, and then,
Sylvia? Cecilia?
You mean Cecilia?
Sorry.
Cecilia? Who's Sylvia?
Cecilia.
You're calling out enemy ethers for the second?
No.
No.
No. There's a lot of sidetrack
No,
there.
of course. Yeah, she's like, yes.
Cecilia.
Yes.
Hey, come see.
You need some more to drink?
No. No.
Oh, okay. She leans forward.
I just got a new ship.
I saw that you guys came in some. I just didn't know whose they were, you know? But
The heroes. Yeah.
pretty. You're beautiful.
They're the little bitty one is mine. The rest is just kind of everybody's.
Little bitty one.
You'll have to take a look at it. It's inside the big one.
Oh.
But I'm absolutely sure that nobody would be opposed to me telling you that we definitely want you at the house.
She smiles. Wonderful.
So,
When I'm done here, I'll go take a look.
be careful letting they persuade you. If that keeps happening, let me know.
Oh, he doesn't persuade me. I think it's good to help him. He's a good guy. So like I kind of volunteered to help. It's just he just seems like a really nice guy, and you know, he did tell me to make sure. So if you want me to go now, I can. And she looks at you. He said that if you told me to do something, I could do it. Of course, that I didn't have to stay working
Right.
if you needed me. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Married. Looks at you. Fuck.
Right? It's weird, right?
Do you like him? She says. And she's like, yeah, I do. And she's like, no, I mean, like, do you like it? And she's like, it's not that way. It's not that way.
She look at her.
She does. She turns and looks at Eris, kind of nervous.
talking to her.
Lily did.
No,
Lily
and
turned.
so does Cecilia. She looks at you nervous, like at Eris, and then goes and looks back away at Lily.
She looks at me nervous?
Yeah, like, kind of like, she's like, no, it's not like that. And she looks right at Eris.
The fuck?
And then looks back at Lily. Myra.
Aries would kind of raise an eyebrow, like, what the fuck?
She telepaths you. I think she just hit on you, dear. Maybe she bets for our team. And she includes Lily in that. And then looks over. How? Wait a minute.
Our team?
Yes.
She says to Myra. What? She likes girls.
She likes girls. Let me think she likes you. She's letting you know that she's not with Bay because she likes you. I think that's what's happening.
I'm so straight. She would say.
Of course you are, but
Oh, well, that's sweet.
I think that's what happened. Cicely is still looking at Lily, and she's like, so just, let me know.
Well, it's not anything like the Beetle. It's
Right.
a lot different. But
I did a lot of stuff with that ship, and I might be able to transfer some of that knowledge and wisdom to the new vessels. I really would like to get to know what the vessels are like. They seem completely different.
I would
So
too.
yeah. Who?
Can you tell Vay to find somebody to replace you so you can go ahead and get the hell out of here?
Yes, he's in the office. He's doing an interview. He said not to interrupt him unless it was an emergency.
You just go whenever he comes out.
You heard that. It was out loud.
Mm-hmm.
My interview.
Yeah, that's what Aries is thinking. Interview.
Yes, Brittany from the Mirabilia Press.
Oh, goodness.
She has this thing. She starts telling you. She's like, she has this
Aries
thing.
and Lily both start giggling.
She's like, she has this thing. It's a little stone that floats behind her and records, like illusionarily records, if that's a word. Illusionarily.
Illusionary?
No, illusionarily records.
Illusionary.
I don't know if that's
Say
a
that
word.
3 times fast.
But yeah. She's grown up. I think she graduated. I think.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the everybody's talking about this news thing, this press thing and news thing and information stuff where you could see it on the. She goes, well, shit. And she walks over and looks at the wall to the right of the painting and holds her hand out like that. And you see this illusionary, like, TV appear on the wall. And it has advertisements that are coming across, but no sound.
It's fine. It was hard for you to say that word.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Projection, illusionary projection.
yeah, and she looks at it, she goes, we have the ability to do these all over the place, and they're all over the city.
So like on the promenade.
Yeah, it's Vay's company, and so he made all this, and so they're talking to him about that, I think. I don't know, something. Or I think she bought from his I don't know. But anyway, it's an interview, and he said don't interrupt him. This was, an emergency. Like when he had to carry the body out earlier, before the... She shakes her head. Anyway. It's weird. I don't know why I'm bartending. It's really strange.
Yeah, you're not a bartender.
She seemed like she's charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No,
coming
it's
from
obvious.
Harris.
for
As
sure.
you sat here for a while, you realize, yeah, this is...
They charmed her.
She's charmed somehow. You think it's charmed, but it's not, like she's actively talking about things that he's told her. And a charmed person wouldn't do that unless somebody told them to do that. So it's probably not charm, is what you're thinking. He would have had to have said to her, if you sit by da-da-da, you would have to say da-da-da, you know what I mean? And she's talking, she seems to have her
Wits
about her, and she seems to know that it's strange that she's here, but she doesn't seem to have a problem with it. It's unlike anything you've experienced with charm. It's not the same. You can tell, being a bard, knowing all that, you can tell. You know it's not the same.
But it's something going on.
Something going on for sure.
Okay. Yeah, she might bring that up to Vay and be like,
You know what?
what the fuck?
So there's not a whole lot going on unless you guys decide to do something. You can see lots of conversations going on.
Right. I'm gonna swap the eras. Or actually, I should say it out loud. Hey, I need to go to the Temple of Nero.
You see that out loud?
Yeah.
Myra's like, I was thinking about checking out my keep.
Oh yeah?
If we got stuff going on in Beacon, maybe we could go border ethereal there in Beacon and look for my keep. And I don't
That's
know.
a good idea.
Beacon out.
That could be really cool.
It's been a year. I want to see what I got.
Right.
And she kind of looks over her shoulder over towards the mysterious stranger. She goes, that motherfucker has not said anything to me since.
She would kind of look at the two of them and be like, can I invite somebody to come with us?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
She looks at Lily, yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like or what's there. We might just come in slow and look from a distance. And I mean, it's mine. I know it's mine, but
Right.
it's been a year.
So it's only ethereal, so those things might be there. Those
Terrathron.
yeah,
Terrathron.
So we need to be aware of that. But we know that lightning now
Yeah.
has a big effect on them, so that's at least there's that.
Lily will light their ass up.
She will.
Chain lightning thing.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
That works.
So we got some stuff. You got some stuff to take care of first before we go.
I do. I want to go to the temple and let Alexandria and Alex check out these artifacts. I'm having some second thoughts
Okay.
about all of it.
All right.
Yeah.
I think
But-
that's a good idea. Go look at them.
Whatever they did to her, not okay. I don't really know what to do about that.
To
I can
who?
talk to him. I'll talk to him.
To who?
I'm sure it's not what it seems like.
Oh, her?
Mm-hmm.
Don't jump to conclusions.
No.
I turn people all the time.
Mm.
Smile at her.
I'm telling her to leave my people alone.
Okay.
Crazy ass.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
gonna get up and go to the temple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay at the bar.
You get up, you look over at Hedda and Gorgain. They're having a really good time with the king and Gambling Thin Song. They look drunk. They look like they're having a great old time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not as we go by.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys just leave?
Yep. Grab Myra's hand. Let's go.
Okay. And Eris, you said you're staying right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, you guys leave. You come outside. You see the stone giant out there with Brock, and they're just kind of chilling. There's nobody in line here. There's people all out here on the balcony and on the ground floor level. And you guys go walk to the temple, to the promenade, or are you gonna what are you gonna do?
Walk.
Okay. So the whole area here has got this red glow from those magical lights that are all through the park and all across the water. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you see people everywhere celebrating, having a good time. You walk out of the Sith and you go to the staircase and start going, the promenade, and you start going down to get to the Temple of Mirror, and it's all the way on the bottom. So Myra walks over to a booth that's on the promenade, and you see there's jeans there. You've never seen jeans before, but they're these clothing. It's tucked clothing for your lower half, and she's looking at them. And, this is Era's collection, and she's looking at
They
them.
like Levi's.
Yeah, and she looks at you and she's like, look at this.
What is it?
Pants, it looks like. And you can look up and see the illusionary sign that's there with the price and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
So these sell for 2,200 silver per pair. And she's like, I think I want one. And there's a guy standing there, a human, at the booth, at the promenade booth, and he smiles and comes up. He's got like a long mustache and a long goatee, and he greets you guys. He goes, Heroes of the North. Thank you for coming to my fine establishment. And he says it pretty loud. And notice people kind of turn and look.
That right there is when Eris doesn't do her own shopping.
Right.
That.
It does start to draw a crowd. You do see people look that way and kind of start wandering kind of over. The guy looks at Myra and he's like, would you like to try them on? Would you like to come in and try them on? Or?
So I see Myra. People are starting to gather.
No. How are the? Would you suggest a size? She says to him. He's like, yes. And he gets a pair and holds it up to her, and he looks. He's like, these should work for you. If not, just bring them back and we'll trade them in for another pair. She's like, cool, and she pays him.
Nice.
He thanks her. People are gathering, and you guys start to move, and they kind of They kind of mill around. There are a total of 14 people that kind of gather around you guys and smile at you and kind of act like they're shopping, kind of just staring at you. A combination of both. And you guys start to walk off, and they kind of follow you like a little crowd. They kind of, and you can tell they're not trying to be creepy, but they're creepy as fuck. All of them. You're just like, what the fuck? Creepy people. Like you stop, you know, like you look or whatever, and they'll stop and kind of or smile at you.
They're just so curious.
They're so curious about the two of you. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you get past that, and finally you know, they stop following you, and you go all the way down to the Temple of Nero in Larkin, and you walk in. Which side do you walk in? Larkin, right? Walk in the Larkin side, because you guys don't worship Nero, and stop there. Back to Eris. You're in the bar.
I am. What's telepathy vague? Be like, you busy?
Kind of. Not really. I'm in the office. You can come back here if you want, but I'm doing an interview with Brittany. No worries. You can hang out in the office or whatever and wait. It shouldn't take too long. It's almost over, he says.
Alright. Yeah, she'll walk back there.
Okay. You come in, you see the big round table, the fireplace and everything, and you see Bae sitting there in this chair, and she kind of turns and looks at you and smiles like that, and then looks back at Bae.
Smile at her.
Bae watches you, he nods at you as you go by, and she's asking him questions, and he's talking to her.
Nice.
You go into the office. You see the blood on the floor going up to the wardrobe.
Fuckery. It's always some fuckery. I bet there's a body in there. Shake her head and she'll go sit down.
Okay.
Nope.
Alright.
Nope.
Okay.
Not doing it.
You can hear the conversation from inside in the other room with everything that's going on.
Is she doing to him what she did to me when she interviewed me?
So she's trying to, and he makes you laugh because she has nothing on him. She can't stumble him. He's got her on the ropes. You can tell and you can also tell as the interview's going on that is all has to do with marketing for him. It has nothing to do with and how he's perceived with the public and stuff like that. Like he's really hamming it up. That will probably be a shadow session for him, a short one, being interviewed by Brittany. So I'm not going to reveal anything that's said there.
Okay.
Errors is in there. So,
Okay.
but she can ask him if she wants when they're done. You know. So, unfortunately, they're not. So we'll wait a little while. We'll go back to you.
Sweet.
You walk in the temple, and within a few seconds, Alex comes down the hall.
Hey, you.
Hey. Comes up, and he kind of looks at you for a second, and he's like, so, do you feel it?
What?
The scepter?
Feel it.
You like try to feel it? When you do, yeah, you can. You feel which direction it's in.
Tell me.
Let's go. Alexandra's waiting for us.
Okay.
Gordon's up there as well.
Okay.
So you go to the elevator and you go up. You come into a area that I don't think. Yeah, you didn't go in there with Zira, did you? When she got the hand.
Mm-mm.
So you've never seen this room. So I'll describe it to you. You come up off the elevator and go into a hall, and there's two double doors that are that are opened. He opens them, and there's this huge, gigantic room with these glass cases that are various sizes depending on what's inside of them. Some of them are on pedestals that are up in the air, some are down on the ground, of various artifacts, all in this room. Like, you look around and they're like all different things. And in the center of the room, there's this couple tables, and you see Alexandria standing there, and you feel the scepter. As you come walking up, you can feel it. It's on the table. And she smiles. She goes, "Hey, dear."
Hey.
So, the only way for you to have the ability to reverse what's already taken place, which is the height, is by another power of artifact nature. You will forever be 8 foot 4 inches until you possess another artifact to change it. Possessing the third or fourth piece will only progress this to the point of changing you into a dwarf. By the time all of them are in your possession, you will be dwarven.
Yeah. So I don't want him
I think this is a great treasure that came from heaven that you brought back. It was the choices of the things that you chose from. At that point, the door opens and you see Tuffy come walking in with a couple bags, and Gordon's behind him. And she says, "We have collected the dwarves' equipment. But before we take such a brash stand on everything, I think we should discuss this and what's taking place in the South. I am very happy to hear that you don't want them. Of course you don't want this. You don't want that poison touch. Will it leave you when the items leave you? It will. The height, however, will not. But I think we have a way to solve that. But we must discuss these more important matters while we're doing so. First off, in the Dwarven kingdoms in the south, there are 4 rulers. 3 of them you have met. The 4th one is a woman by the name of Isabella. She calls herself the Empress. Like all of the pirate lords and rulers down there, they all claim themselves to be king, queen, empress, prince, whatever it is.
Right.
She claims herself as Empress of the Dwarven Kingdom. She is moving to take control of the Dwarven Kingdom. As we speak, she has learned that the 3 brothers are not present. I don't think that she can put this together in the matter of even a few weeks, so we have time. But our relations with the dwarves need to be good and healed. And they are in the prisons right now. I think this will solve it all. If you are to give them the items, if we are to give them the items as they requested, and in return receive the things that they offered you. I believe that the Temple of Larkin and Nira can maybe work out a way to help you gain back what you have lost. Now, artifacts and relics are very, very unique in nature, meaning that we have to be careful whose hands we put these in and for what reasons. You are an ally, Lillian, as is Myra Gordon, and she looks over and she goes, "But you do not worship Nira, nor do you worship Larkin. These are simply religious politics.
It's only because my heart belongs to Ariax.
Which is known amongst all of us, including Nira and Ariax themselves. Please do not take any of this as judgment. It is merely the concept of what we have available to accomplish the goals that the Temple of Nira needs to accomplish. The religion needs to accomplish. But we will work things out and find a way that is mutually beneficial. It would seem that this dwarf was not lying when he spoke to you about the rod of Sevril,
Yeah.
a 7-part rod. It's called many names. Rod of the 7 stones, rod of the 9 ways. It is ancient, as ancient as any artifact that we have in our possession.
Is that the one with the stones in it?
Yes.
That's connected to the secret.
Yes. Which brings on so many more issues. The dwarves offered you the ability to go into the secret mountain, the secret places, with the rod. Why would they offer such a thing?
Because they couldn't accomplish whatever it is.
Whatever it is something beyond them, which brings great concern. The rod is powerful. Whoever possesses this rod has the ability to control 100 dragons just by holding it. So you understand, it's nothing simple or quaint. And that could be 100 ancients or 100 newlings, younglings. So we it matters not.
Right.
The rod is very powerful and dates back to a time before the time. A time when the Dragonkin were at war with the humans and all those on Shill. Back in the time when they were trying to kill the dragons, when the ancient elder gods decided that they needed to create a new race of beings, one that is part dragon and part us. The Vulcan were born. This rod dates to those days. There is so much on it and such ancient magics that I cannot tell you what it is. What I have told you, we know through historical writings. My attempts with magic and divination and various other things have all failed with this rod. I can tell you that we sense souls within it. Other than that, I cannot tell you anything else. So that is the danger of this thing that he offered. It was in a case within a bag of holding. Not something they touched, I would guess. So with that rod, as I said, artifacts, relics, ancient in nature, I cannot tell you what will happen and what won't happen. There is a ring that we possess that will take your height back to what it was. It's the ring of the dragonfly. It will enable you to move much quicker than you normally do. The Temple of Nira would be willing to offer the ring of the dragonfly. Gordon's like, so what's going on? He comes over to you.
Gordon?
Yeah. He's like, what's going on? What do you want to do?
I don't want these artifacts.
Tuffy, come here. He reaches inside the bag and he pulls out this gun. Boomstick. He looks at it and he's like, here, check this out.
Take it.
So be careful. He shows you it's like a crossbow or whatever. Feel the weight of it and everything. So you look at it, it's roll a observation on it.
boomstick.
He tells you he calls it an electric boomstick.
Dragonfly. Yeah, crit. Nice.
You push the button, this clip comes out the bottom, and you like see this red glowing energy in the clip. And you realize that's the source of the energy for it, and you push it back in, and then you realize it kind of moves back, and you go, and then it lights up like a red color inside of the gun itself. And he says, oh yeah, that's how you use it. Wow.
Goodness.
He says that thing lasts a long time, probably, and there's 3 more of them inside the bag.
Really?
Yeah, I would say that's yours. I mean, if you know, you're the one. I mean, I know I arrested him and stuff, and then there's some other things. He looks over at Alexandria. He's like, so you have the rod? And she's like, yes, we do. And she kind of looks to her right, and you see a pedestal holding a ancient-looking wooden box that's about like that. And she kind of holds her hand out, and the whole pedestal and glass and everything just, and the other things that are in its way move out of the way, and it just comes over to you guys. She goes, it is in there. But as I told Lily, we must know all we can before we take a step forward. So I think that whatever that hidden thing is down in the Goldfish Mountains, that the necessity for this trade needs to be focused within that. It also needs to be focused in the 3 dwarves coming together somehow.
Yeah.
So ruling as a council of 3 is our suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
But we must make sure that the elder brother does not push his weight too far around on the other 2.
Yeah, he will. And there's also our dwarven ambassador that said that he would consider helping at least the younger brother. So maybe we can get him involved somehow. He was there for the meeting. He sat in on that meeting for me. And then at the
Does he
end-
wish to be king of the dwarves?
No. He was actually apprehensive about leaving us and leaving his family and going there. He said it would be a big deal if he did it,
She looks at Alex and he's like,
but it would be something
Nods.
that he would consider lending his intellect and his experience and to kind of help mold the younger boy, the younger brother.
someone who does not want to rule could sometimes be the best choice to rule. Alexandria says, we should discuss things with him. You see Alex pull over a pedestal and some boxes, a couple pedestals and some boxes, and Alexandria looks at you and she says, you may place the artifacts within these boxes when you're ready.
Step right up.
She goes like this, and you see a little pedestal come over with a little tiny box, and she reaches her hand through the glass and pulls it out, opens it up, and there's a ring. She holds it out, and you see a dragonfly on it, and she's like, this is yours.
I will take it and I will hand her the scepter.
She does this to you, and says, please, in the box.
She said, I ain't touching
She
that
closes it.
artifact.
Yeah. And I'll put it in my finger.
Okay,
I'm not sure what I have.
so this is a very unique ring.
Nice.
You no longer roll initiative with a 10-sided dice. You roll it with a 12-sided dice.
I would need a second one. Nice. Okay. Dragonfly ring?
Uh-huh.
I was wondering where it was at in this world. Do you know that?
Yeah.
The other day I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder where it is. I know it's here somewhere. It's so funny. Fucking awesome.
Okay, initiative on.
Dragonfly also gives you 2 luck points that can be used in any initiative. So this gets complicated. This can get complicated because those luck points can be used in your initiative as well, or they could be used on a roll that you make, or it could be used on, like a saving throw or to hit, or whatever you want to use those 2 luck points on each round.
Oh my god, per round?
Mm-hmm. And it's permanent. Like that, you can always do this
Oh wow.
as long as you're wearing that ring. The cool thing about this artifact is you don't have to state that you're going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
You can just use it. So if you make a roll and it doesn't hit, you can say, well, I'm going to use my luck points from my dragonfly ring to add 2 to that. Does it hit now or whatever, or whatever
Nice.
situation.
Okay.
Movement?
So it doubles your movement speed. That'll be attacks and movement.
24.
And it has, it gives you the ability to fly. Innate.
Fucking awesome.
And it has 25% magic resistance on it.
Badass.
So you put the Scepter of Good Might into the box.
Yep.
No, not the Scepter. The rod.
Yeah.
Into the box. Now you're still wearing the crown.
I will take it off.
As soon as you take it off, some of the abilities leave you, like the poison will leave you. You no longer have that as an issue. The height thing doesn't change when you take it off. It still stays the same. And then there was a total of 3. So when you take it off, the ability points that you gain don't go away. You keep those. They stay with you.
Yeah.
Magic resistance leaves you, which is the 50%.
Right.
Or 75.
It's 50.
Was it 50?
With both of them.
Look over the artifact, make sure there was nothing else that would have been abilities that it gave you that were innate, or like mind
Gotcha.
affecting. Like mind affecting, for instance, you got the mind affecting stuff, and it should say on all those that when dawned or when worn or whatever.
That comprehend languages,
Right.
exorcism, innate to poison,
Mm-hmm.
innate to mind affecting, that's all gone.
It's all gone.
And then, what was the other one? Regenerate 2 hit points.
Gone.
Protect
Would
soul.
have turned you into a dwarf.
It would have turned you into a dwarf when you had all 4 of them. It would have made you a dwarf.
Adam might regret getting married.
Stupid, right?
Create all kind of problems.
Crazy.
Shit. Had it would have been like,
What?
Did I fuck up?
did I fuck up? No.
Lily's got a little bit of a beard, and Myra's like,
What the hell? Right. Fucking awesome.
Would not have been good.
what elf turns into a
She
dwarf?
also would tell you at this point that once it would have transformed you, you would have had a desire to do nothing but go down there and rule those people.
Right.
So we need to discuss things with the dwarves and get them out of the prison cells and get them back home and get them these artifacts. We need to figure out how we're going to do this. Or try to talk to the Northern Dwarven King and see if he is interested. I mean, this is his people. This is.
It is. And he might be with all of this, so.
Wait a minute. I think I have an idea. I'll take care of that in a moment. Let's continue discussing. The rod, she says, we need to know the information about what did they say? It was buried in the mountain, deep under the mountain. Secret. You know?
Yeah. The secret in the mountain, that was it. Very mysterious about the whole thing.
That needs to be included in the deal. We need access to the Dwarven Kingdom. What better than to have someone that we know well do this? Someone who about that point, Hedda comes to the door with Gorgain and they're drunk. He's like, so what do you fucking want? And he's smiling, looks at her and she's like, he's inebriated. Alex, if you don't mind. Don't you touch me! He says, looks at Alex and Alex looks at her and she's like, it's fine. And Gorgain's like, he's just got a permagrin and he's just kind of standing next to Hedda like,
Yeah, they worked hard for that.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, what do you need? Priestess? She raised an eyebrow. She's like, this might be a conversation we need to have when you're sober, but how would you like to be the king of the dwarves in the south? And he's like, excuse me? And she goes, you heard me. How would you like to be the king of the dwarves in the south? He goes, I fucking hate dwarves. Gorgon goes, but you're a dwarf. And he's like, I know it. Besides, I wouldn't know what to do. He's like, well, with it would come the crown and the rod and the scepter and the orb of good might Lily has given them to help the dwarven people. And we cannot choose a leader amongst those that are there. And I happen to know that your bloodline once ruled the dwarves in the south. Didn't they? And she looks at me, he's like, before they fucking stuck a poker in it. He pukes all over the floor, everywhere. Alex immediately starts casting and he gets it cleaned up and he walks over to him anyway as he's like leaning down. He's like, you okay, Hedda? And he's cleaning him up with spells and then he touches him and Hedda's like, thank you, lad. Or he's like,
Drunk alone now.
kind of gives a strange look on his face. He's like, there's no way you outdrank me. He looks at it, Hedda, and he goes, of course not, lad. You just made me sober. Good thing, too. And he looks right at Alexandria and his eyes just kind of blaze. He goes, are you serious about this? And she's like, yeah. She looks over at Lily, like she looks at you, and Hedda turns and looks at you with his, emblazoned eyes. My family gets the throne back through me? How many years has it been? How many generations? 10, 12, something like that. She's like, yes, too long. About 1,000, 1,500 years, somewhere in there. He's like, yeah, they struck it from the record. Because of me. And she just kind of looks down for a second. She goes, well, this is your chance to renew your family name take back that which is yours. And we will help you with the secret in the mountain. And he goes, but then I'd have to leave. And he looks over at Lily and looks over at Gordon, Myra, looks up at Gorgay. Gorgay's like, he gets a frown on his face. We all have transportation, teleportation, dimensional folding, various forms of ways of getting there and being there. And we need access to the Dwarven Kingdom, and you're that access. And you know it is not the harm.
Need to heal.
He kind of walks around, starts walking between artifacts, and he's like this. He's like holding his head, and he's like, Gorgine like kind of stumbles forward. He looks over at you, big old smile on his face, and then you see him just kind of sit down. He's drunk. You've never seen him this drunk. You see him drunk, but you don't think he can swing a sword right now.
Right.
He's that drunk?
You good, Gorgay?
Never.
You want some help?
I don't know if I want to go back there, but I should. Killed my whole family. My wife and my daughter. Defiled them. Cut them into pieces. I should go back. He falls asleep.
Say what now?
Gordon's
Dude,
like,
I'm not there. None of my characters
I
are
know.
there.
Gordon's like,
He has never, ever spoken
about that.
of anything past when he met Hedda.
Yep. Obviously, it's bothering him. Something's going on. We're gonna have to talk to him when he wakes up.
Yeah.
Alex goes over and touches him and he disappears. He's safe. Don't worry. At that point, Hedda has walked all the way to the wall, and when he gets close to the wall, you see the wall goes in a circle of transparency, like a window.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up about 11 stories at the Temple of Larkin and Nira, and he's just looking out the window. He Alexandria kind of looks over at you, and she's like, then she looks at Tuffy and she nods at him, and he sets the bag down, and she says, those are the possessions of the dwarves other than what we have already taken. Was there something else they promised you? Each of them promised you something, and whatever that thing is,
The hat.
she does that, and you see Tuffy like go in it, and she's like, and he looks around. He pulls out this wizard's hat.
Yeah. Have you guys checked it out yet?
And he goes, I haven't, and Gordon goes, it's fine. And Alexandria looks at Gordon and smiles, and he's like,
I take it.
okay,
Fucking awesome.
badass wizard hat. It looks awesome. Myra smiles and looks at it. She goes, that's gonna look really good.
I put it on.
So I'm gonna have to pull it up.
Okay.
Give me just a moment let me get that up, and let's wait for to give you everything till we finish role playing this little area right here.
Okay.
Because nothing immediately
Yeah.
happens to you. Oh, but are you still wearing that phylactery?
Alexandria?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I hate to rewind. But when you went to take the crown off, the phylactery went.
Oh.
Like, don't do it. You know, like the phylactery's like this. Don't do that. So we just kind of rewind just to that
Okay.
moment, see what you do.
Tell Alexandria the phylactery that you gave me is telling me not to take the crown off.
Then that would mean you would change alignment if you did. Your morals will change. The crown is keeping your morals somewhere.
That's right, because the mysterious stranger had put me permanently to.
So when you take the crown off, you go back to chaotic neutral.
Even
know
though the
what-
White Tower Mage did what he did?
That's what happens. The phylactery goes off, and you realize that's what's going to happen. But you know you got to do the crown thing, so you do it,
Do it.
and you're chaotic neutral. You don't lose a level though. You're good. It's not. That doesn't happen.
She's been yanked fucking back and forth many times.
The phylactery kind of feel it vibrate for a second when that happens, and then it stops. Anyway, now we'll fast forward back to where we were. Okay. Gordon's like, I kind of looked through the bag. There's stuff in there, but whatever they offered you, you should get. The rod and
The hat.
there's the rod and the hat. What did the other kid offer?
The lifetime supply of gems or something?
Yeah. Yeah, lifetime supply of gems is what he said to me.
He doesn't know me.
He doesn't. He doesn't know
He
you.
doesn't know what that could actually mean.
Well, he's in Iron. Is he? He's in Elkford. No, Mithril. He's in Mithril. He's the son from Mithril that offered that. And Gordon will tell you that the mines down there, they have Mithril mines, which is a rare metal. And in that rare metal, gemstones flourish around those veins of Mithril. Rumored that sometimes powerful gemstones grow in Mithril, like they have magic and stuff.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
that may be what he's talking about, but we need to make sure that happens. Stop there. Go back to there. He finishes the interview with Brittany and comes back to the office where you're at.
What's up?
What's going on? That went well, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're brave. I don't do interviews.
Yeah, she said
She got
nobody. She
loud.
can't find any of the heroes to do interviews with anymore, and I assumed it's because she did something she shouldn't have.
She almost made Lily eat a piece of paper in front of her. Like Lily took the paper from her that she was writing. She asked Lily about the front gate, and Lily said that she doesn't have time to worry about the front gate. And she tried to write it down on a piece of paper, intimidate her.
That was in Beacon.
Yeah.
Ah,
And then I charmed her and I made her give Lily the piece of paper, and Lily almost ate the piece of paper in front of her.
I can understand that. I wouldn't want people to about me and shit.
And we don't do interviews since then.
Well, I'll take care of the interview. I have no problem.
Forgot.
She likes me.
Good.
Big fan of yours, by the way.
I know, she's the head of my fan club.
Oh, yeah?
President of my fan club.
You
Yeah.
have a fan club?
Yeah.
You got to be a musician to do that, right? Or something. Yeah.
I didn't start it. I don't know.
Yeah. It's for your music, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fan club. That's a cool idea.
Oh.
This motherfucker.
She's laughing. She is. She's giggling. You could learn to sing. She'll kind of smile.
He just looks at you like, music's not my thing.
No.
No, I like it. And I holds his hand up like that, and then you hear this soft, calming, relaxing music come into the room. Yeah.
So we're gonna go, me and Myra and Lily, we're gonna go to Myra's ethereal keep that we haven't got to explore
What?
yet. Yeah, Myra got this ethereal keep from the mysterious stranger out there. The guy who, no?
No. I don't
You
know
haven't
what
heard the
you're talking
songs? No?
about. No.
Um,
Well, wait.
the deck of many things.
Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah.
It was when I was younger.
Yeah.
But anyway, she pulled that card and we still haven't got to go look at it. And I really don't want to be a third wheel. She'll look at it. You want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
Check out an ethereal key.
I know, right?
Are you
I'm
kidding me?
excited. I don't know.
She owns it? It's hers?
Myra does,
Where'd
yeah.
So she got it from the deck of many things from the
Yes.
mysterious stranger. I got you.
Yes, yes.
All right, I've caught up. Cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What was I gonna say?
They're fine with me coming, right?
Yeah, I asked him.
Cool.
She would look at him and she would be like, is this Aaliyah okay? And she'd kind of look at him.
I hope so.
She seems off.
What'd she do?
She didn't do anything. I just know her. She's just, I don't know. She's just acting kind of weird.
She's been real helpful. I mean, she's...
Almost like she's charmed, but not quite.
By who? By me?
I don't know. I'm just asking if she's alright, if you've noticed anything up with her. Kind of strange.
Anybody else notice it?
Yeah. She'll kind of look at him. Yeah.
I mean, you get more than one opinion, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
thought she was strange, and you said you know her really well, and
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, she was the captain of Lily's ship for a year and a half.
right. I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew she had nothing to do. She's just twiddling her fingers, and
I know, I'm sure she was super bored. So just so you know, her energy is not accusing
okay.
at
okay.
all.
He says, I don't really feel like. I think she's overqualified to be the manager of the Sith,
For sure.
and that's what I offered her, was to be the
Gotcha.
manager of the club, and she said she would do it. She said she had other duties if there was another ship that comes back, and we did bring a ship
We
back.
did,
and
yeah,
I
that was
don't know,
kind of
but
what brought it
Lily-
up.
I don't know. So I told her that if she needed to do that, that was okay.
Cool.
So, I think all of these people are enjoying the money,
I'm sure.
paying them in gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That means, I'm paying him in gold, but it's
Yeah.
worth so much more
It is.
than what it used to be.
What is it right now? Like 20 times?
20 times more than what it was worth.
It's more than platinum now.
If I was you, I would just stick to the fact that that's going to be the case.
Yeah?
I think silver will go as the general currency from now on. Gold will disappear into a rarity. The black banks are another thing. They're another monster altogether.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't ask Jamal for any gold for your money. Do it in silver or platinum. You can
Yeah.
do it in platinum.
Yeah.
I know they have a rarity of platinum though.
Do they?
Yeah, but if you need money, Eris, just go to shit. It's full.
For sure.
That's for everybody. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
No problem. He goes over and grabs his sword and straps it on. When he pulls it out and touches it, it glows. You see the gemstones?
Mhm.
They light up 3,
What was it last time?
2. And he's like, puts it back on. Just you would notice because you knew You knew that Tiamat's soul was number 3?
I know. She knows she's got to be careful about saying anything to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that one.
So he starts strapping his shit on, taking his finery off and
Nice.
putting on his normal armor and shit like that.
Nice.
So you're doing that. Back to Lily, Myra. Hedda walks over and comes up to you and Alexandria, and he just stops and he kind of looks up at Lily and he's like, "What do you think I should do? You think my kids should be raised as princes? My wife, queen? I should put myself in the middle of all that politics. I don't even know what's going on. I can't do this. I can't do it alone."
Well, you wouldn't be alone.
Alexandria says, "The king of the north, I'm sure, will help you. I'm sure that you can get the sun's attention as well. It seems that you have more than 3 sons." Her dad was a good man. If for no other reason to clear my family's name, I think I'll accept this, though it breaks me heart to have to leave you. Alexandria smiles real big and she says, "Well then, I will put it in your hands and the hands of the king of the north to deal with these 3 brothers and what to do with them." She looks over and pulls all the items out, and then you see her come over and pull another one out. It's in a little box, an orb. She opens it up and sets all 4 of them on the table.
Well, he's gonna walk up to Hedda and
Yeah.
give him a huge hug.
He steps away, when you start to, he's like, "Easy, love, easy." And you hug him
You
anyway.
might never be able to hug me again.
And he hugs you. He's like, "It's okay."
But you let her better leave a back door open. I'll want to come visit a lot.
Alexandra turns and looks at him. She says, "If this is done, then we must be given access to the Dwarven Kingdoms immediately. I think council should go with you besides him, some others, and we will help with the south. You must know that your enemy will be the Empress, Mammon. Same enemy that Zira has." And she looks at him and says, "It goes much deeper than that. Mammon is controlled by the one, Asmodeus. I fear we have more to do." And she looks at you all and Hedda nods. He walks up to the items and kind of starts looking at them and everything, and she explains to him what she knows, and then she asks you to tell him what you know. And yeah, he will don them all. He'll do it. He'll put them all on. And when he puts the 4th one on, he puts the crown on last. He takes the others, and you can see him like he grows to 10 foot something,
Mm-hmm.
And then when he puts the 4th one on, his whole skin begins to glow this golden yellow color. His eyes burn with this red fire, and his hair kind of lights up with this radiant energy. And his skin glows, and you see him hold out the scepter and kind of look at it, and the rod in the other hand, and the orb's hanging on his side now, and he begins to speak, and you've never heard him speak so eloquently in all of your life since you've known him. There's no pirate roughness to his voice, none of that is there. He just speaks very eloquently. "I am the king of dwarves," he says. And he looks completely different. Like, you're not sure what happened completely, but he looks like he is much more than what he was. And he's got 2 axes on his side, one that came from heaven that Gorgain gave him, and then his other one that he had that is now an axe of Mira because it has the Mira flame on it. When all that happened. Yeah, he looks like a complete and utter badass. A little terrifying when you look at him. He just kind of turns and this energy just comes off of him. Lily, you know, he could command in this room. He could, like, it's, you know what that thing's capable of doing. And can't imagine what it all is capable of doing. But as soon as that happens, Alexandra kind of leans down and looks at him. She's like, are you okay? And he goes, I am the king of dwarves. And she goes, very well. I will see my subjects, and they will listen, he says. And she goes, okay, Alex, will you take him down? And he's like, yes. He goes, I know the way. And he turns and starts walking. She's like, Alex, please come. And he's like, okay. And he follows Hedda. And you guys are standing in that room.
I will put the hat on and polymorph to my original beautiful little 4'2" self.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Hedda's gone, Gorgain's sleeping gone, Alex is gone. It's just you, Alexandria, Gordon, and Myra standing in the room. Gordon tells you he's got some shit he's got to do.
Thank you for helping me sort through all of this shit.
No worries. Kind of looks at you and he's like, you're different. He looks down and you see him pull off his sword. I have no need of this anymore.
You take it.
Hands you the sheath and everything, the belt, all of it.
What is this?
That is the blade I've been carrying for the last couple of years. The intelligent one.
Oh.
The artifact.
Oh, goodness.
The one from hell? You don't remember?
I don't. I don't know if I'm ready to touch any more artifacts.
His name is Grey Razor, and I have no need of him anymore. But it would not do anything to you. It would not change you, but he is like I was.
Thank you.
Alexander kind of looks at him funny, and he smiles at her and walks out. She looks at you, she's like, do you know what he just gave you?
I don't.
That is a chaotic, evil, intelligent artifact sword that was the reason he was the way he was. He is no longer that way. He follows neutrality now.
But what the hell do I want with this thing?
I don't know why he gave it to you. I'm sure your ego is high enough that it would not affect you. But why would, yeah, do you use a blade? You're a wizard. With the
Yeah,
but,
like
you know,
I can, but I don't ever.
why did he give you that? That's so strange. Why did he not donate it to the Temple of Mira? I mean, we're here. And she looks around at all the artifacts. She says, I'm not saying that you need to give it to us, but that was strange.
It is.
Myra's like, not really. She's his friend. He's trying to get away from that. What better way to do it? And give it to a friend and say, help me with this, take it away. He was probably struggling. And Alexander's like, oh, yes, that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I don't want it. You want it? Alexandria?
Yeah, she holds her hand up.
I give it to her.
She takes it. when she does, you realize that you just gifted Nira something.
Again.
Yeah. Which means that you could feel personally that she owes you. That Nira owes you. Like, not that you feel that way,
But she does.
but she feels that way.
That's how she is.
Yeah.
With anything that's given.
And now you realize Gordon gave it to you. He didn't.
He knew I wouldn't fucking keep it.
He did.
He knew I
He
would
knew
not keep
you would
it.
give it to the Temple of Nira, and you would get the benefit of doing that.
Gotcha. Okay.
He already worships her
Yeah.
off and on with Ariax.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm all good on crazy ass artifacts.
she says, look, we will take care of, I will stay with Hedda and the dwarves, we'll watch them. I need to get down there.
You do. And, you know,
I will keep the rod until we decide what to do
yeah,
and
for
how
sure.
what we know of the South and what's going to happen.
I think we're gonna go to the ethereal for a little while, but if you need anything, just holler at me.
Very well. Very well. Myra's like, yeah, we're going to check out our keep, so kind of keep an eye on us, maybe? She just smiles. She's like, "Oh, thanks." Every time that you walk through the temple, you become, in a way, immortal. Myra's, what? Yes, we capture the essence of your being when you come through the temple. Kind of a snapshot, a drawn picture of who you are magically. So that if you were to perish somehow, irretrievably, we could bring you back to the moment that you went through the temple.
It's like if our word of recalls failed for some reason.
Or if your bodies were disintegrated or something like that happened, we would be able to bring you back.
Nice. So when I leave here right now, if anything happens,
Yes, I mean, in most general cases,
In theory.
and it's always been that way.
that's wonderful.
Yes. Life and death of Larkin, you know, he sees to it. All right, well, enjoy your vacation or whatever it might be. And I will let you know once things transpire, we get an understanding. I think it's going to be a couple of days. I don't think this is something that's going to happen immediately.
Okay.
Maybe longer, we'll see. But I will need to, I think I'll need to help Heather, but maybe not. He seems to be very aware.
Right. And then also Gorgain, I don't know what he's going to want to do. He'll probably want to follow him down there.
He may.
But you can tell him to contact me when he wakes up or whatever.
He needs the rest.
He does.
There is, he has some issues mentally. He's dealing with some demons, so to say.
Yeah.
Something that should probably help him with if we can.
Especially before he takes off and goes by himself.
Yes, that would not be good.
Yeah.
The Western Wildlands, or
Yeah.
where he's from.
Will you please send him my direction when he wakes up? Or whoever's watching him, have them send him my direction
Okay.
when he wakes up. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. And, you know, I think you've made a wise choice.
Alrighty, feel better.
She smiles.
I'll step up and give her a hug.
She hugs you.
I missed hugs.
Sigh of relief from Zira in the background.
All right, so you and Myra leave.
Yeah.
And you go out the temple. And she says to you, is Erica in bed?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to just, if you leave from there, from the cell, let's just go back there.
It's
She'll
not like
join
we
up.
have anything at...
Here, I'll teleport us.
Okay.
She teleports you guys right outside the Sith. See the stone giant Brock. Party's going on everywhere. You guys go in, and it's pretty much the same as it was before you left. You don't see Eras though, or Ray. You wanna
Let's light with you.
fill up the airs? Okay.
Hey, we're back.
We're in Vay's office.
She'll look at me and be like, they're back.
Oh, okay, cool. At that point, Dalmar looks at you and he goes, "This way, please." And he walks you back there from the front door. Pretty purple eyes. He just looks at you and you're just like, wow. You're not like, you know.
Tatalva's brother.
Yeah, yeah, he's gorgeous.
Shithead.
It doesn't matter if he's male, you know, you just look at him, he's like, there's something about him, he's just gorgeous.
Some damn
Just like
purple
she
eyes,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, some purple eyes, you think. But, so you walk through, go to the door, he opens it for you, and you guys go back. Ares and Day are back there, and you guys meet up. And that's where we're going to stop for this evening. I know it's a short session, but looks like all of the characters are kind of looking at these shadow sessions that they're going to be going off on personal directions and things. So it's
Right.
really cool. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming, watching, subscribing, sharing, liking, all of that jazz. Thank you guys so much. We're enjoying ourselves, and we hope you are too. Thank you. This is Original GM.
There's a gift inside your God's granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, get rest your weary heads. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the known. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are we are heroes.